Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you are new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
Let's start with the settings in the today's session. Once we go into the settings, this is the end user page. And these all tabs which you are seeing in the left side, these are the end user tabs. All these tabs which you are seeing is the end user tabs. Most importantly, there are certain tabs where the configuration is there in the background. There are certain configurations which are there in the background. Those configurations we need to understand from a consultant point of view. In the end user, whenever they work on certain tabs, when they are performing certain actions, performing that action, there is a configuration which is there in the background. As a consultant, we should know where is the configuration because at any point of time, if end user is facing some issue in term of that particular tab, then we have to help them and we should know how to resolve it. We will go and discuss on each tab. Most importantly, some of the tabs we can able to ignore. Some are important tabs. Among these, some of the important tabs are one is password, one is notification, one is change language, and then you have one tab which is not reflecting right now. That is called as a proxy. I will show you. And other tabs, we can go just an overview, but this is least important in term of that particular tab. Here, let's start here. First of all, the password. When you go into the SuccessFactors system, when you go into the first tab bar, that is a password. Generally, for the end user, they used to get a notification. Once in 60 days that their password has to getting expired and the password has to what is called reset the password by themselves. When they have to reset the password, there is certain password policies. And this according to the password policy, only the password has to be reset. Who will reset the password? That individual users. Whoever the end users are there, those end users will reset the password. But this is the page where they are going and resetting the password. But for resetting the password nearly once a SAP customer, SP recommends customer should always reset the password policies. They say there are certain password policies. Where is those password policies located? That is important from a consultant point of view, from the end user point of view. This is the page which I am just showing you. When I duplicate the screen, I will show you how we can, where the password policies are defined. You can understand the password policy, right? Password policy means what is the how many characters it has to take. It is a case sensitive or not. Capital letter is required or not. Special characters, it is required or not. All these conditions will be there in the password policy. And time to time, this password policy has to be changed on the customer side. Let me see. Manage external password policy. you can see certain password policies are there, and this password policies has to be controlled from the admin side. Time to time, not frequently, but at least yearly once. And according to this password policy, once this password policy is being defined and it is being reset for the new year, first of all, they have to send a communication mail internally that the password policy has been changed and the new policy, which is a new policy, and according to the new policy, only you have to define the new password, where whenever the password policy has to change, either the consultant will, either the admin from the customer side will do, or the customer will tell to us as the consultant that please do the change of the password policies. We have to do it at least yearly once. Once this password policy is being changed, then we need to inform to the end users. And after informing to the end users can able to go and change the password from here. This is the end user page. This is the admin page. Who will be accessing the admin page? The consultants. Who are the consultant? The SuccessFactor consultants. Who are the SuccessFactor consultants? Consultants like us who are getting trained, certified, and have experience and working on the projects. You should know how the password has to be. Password policy has to be resetting the password. See who will reset the password, who are into SuccessFactor environment, right? Whoever are the live employees means actual employees for the customer. They are located in the production environment, development environment, and the preview environment who are using, we consultants are using, right, for doing the configuration and for the testing purpose. We do all these configurations in the development preview and then we move it into the production. There are certain key users who will be working on the development and the preview. For them also it is required to reset the password policies. And live environment, that is 4,000, 5,000 employees who are working in them. That they will be working in the live environment, that is into the production environment. For them, we also need to inform to them that the password policies have been changed. Now later on, after 1 month or 60 days, when you will get a notification that the password has to be reset, then they have to follow the new policy, not the old one. Got it? Now coming into the start page, this is the second page. This is least important, but still, when you're logging into the system, it is directing to the home page, right? When you log in with the ID password, it will be redirecting to the home page. Why it is redirecting to the home page? Because here the start page we have selected as home. Here start page, you're selected as home. You can see the same links will be coming. How it is showing here also. If I'm just taking something as a compensation. Here how you're taking as a compensation. I'm taking here as a compensation. I'm just taking on sale. Now I'm just logging out. And I'm just logging into the system again. Now you can see it is not going into the home page, but it is going into the compensation. Got, you can see it is going into the compensation. if as an end user, if you are working in any particular module or any particular function and you don't want to go into the home page, but directly you want to, it has to take into that particular feature. Then you can select that it from the start page, from the settings. And here this is the start tab and this is the sub tab configuration. You can see form, compensation, review, budget approval. All these are sub tab. Now you can see in the sub tab also, it is first of all redirecting to the form, right? It is redirecting to the form. If you want, it should redirect to the compensation review. That also it is possible. For that again, I will go and to the settings here. And you can see we have taken here as a compensation in sub tab. You can see compensation I have taken as a form. If I want something as a budget assignment, and I'm just saving it. I hope it is saved. Save successful. Again, log out. Again, I'm just logging here. Now you can see it is redirecting to the budget assignment under the sub tab. Got. Whenever you do some changes, always keep as a best practice that after doing the changes, you are doing the testing. I have done the changes. I have done the test. After testing, I will change it back to normal. How the system was actually. If it is a habit whenever or when we are going ahead, I'm keeping it firm. And here in the start page, I will keep it as, and I will save it. I will log it out. And I will log in. Now you can see it is back to the home page. Again, I go back into the settings because we were discussing the settings. Password we have completed. Start page also. Sub tab also coming to the notification. Let's discuss on the notification and let's try to understand from your end. What are the type of notification any HR, any person in an organization used to get? Any organization when they are going for the vertical. Any sort of notification for any employee when they are receiving any employee. The notification. What are the general notifications which they are getting? One notification is the password right instead of the password. This every employee will be getting. That is one notification. What are the other notification? It will be getting the other notification. It is something which is related to vertical. You have a performance of a like analyze basis. You will be setting up the goal. The starting of the year, you will be getting automated mail that from an individual point, you have to set up the goal. And after setting up the goal, then you have to setting up the goal. You have to coordinate with your line manager. And with the coordination with the line manager, you have to finalize your goal. There is a timeline. That is also a notification. Even for the manager also, they will be getting a notification that they have to finalize the goals which has been set and it has to be freezed. That is the notification. Other notification like in term of goal and performance only on an annualized basis. They will be getting a notification. Further on an annualized basis, once the performance review, once the on annual basis, you will be getting a notification that the performance review has to be self-assessed. Self-assessment has to be completed from the employee side, and also it has to be completed from the manager side also. That is also a notification. There are certain employees who are on a contractual basis. Once the contract is coming to an end, they will be getting a notification that the contract is coming to an end. And according to that, what you call HR and the manager, they will be getting a what you call a communication note, and that the contract has to be extended or the contract has to be closed. For these employees, that is also one of the notification. Even for your this one, what you call this investment declaration in the company. That also a notification you will get, right. Submit your investment declaration for the tax. For the income tax, right, you will be getting a communication email. These are some of the general notification which we are trying to discuss. When an employee is getting this notification, the employee is getting this notification by you want this notification by email or you want notification in the system. That is one thing. This is the end user part which the notification is then we are getting that notification. But how this notification is being configured? That is stored in the configuration, that is stored in the admin center page. That is more important from a consultant point of view. We will duplicate the screen. And I will go to the admin center page. And I will go to the tools here. And then I am just scrolling down. Here can you see the email notification template setting. Can we see the email notification template setting here at the admin center? This is the place where all the notifications, standard notifications are placed. When I click on here, these are the notifications. Can you see here? In the left side, you can able to go and see. All the standard notifications are there, which is already prescribed by. This is by default by SAP. This is by default by SAP. This we are not creating anything new template already. The templates will be created. And these templates has been created by SAP. And email notification template. It is a standard template for all modules. Whenever we come into email notification template, this is something which is specific to the success factor, not to the employee center. It can be a notification to the calibration. Performance goal, employee center compensation, any module. It is a standardized notification template from success factor. Well, you can see all the templates will be there. When you go here, in the left side, you can find all the template list. Right side, where you can see now it is showing display user. One more thing. Each template, you can see the check boxes are there. These check boxes indicate that these templates are already enabled. These templates are already enabled. Enabled means the notification will trigger accordingly automatically. How these templates are being defined and configured. When you select a template here, you can see disable user notification. And in the user notification, disable user notification. When you scroll down towards right, you can see email subject is there and you can see email body is there. There is an email subject and there is an email body. In the email subject, it is specified what is the subject line. Email. And email body. You can see this is a paragraph. This is the content which is showing. And in the content you can see you have various inverted bracket talk. This is the inverted bracket. What you call text is there which is mentioned here. This inverted bracket text, how it is coming. This is the standard one, which is called as a token. These are the standard tokens. These tokens are also being defined by the SAP. There is a standard list of the tokens. What is the behavior of this token? In the content, now you can see employee underscore name doc underscore list, feedback underscore response underscore link. These are some text under which is mentioned under the inverted brackets, which is shown as a token. What is the behavior of this token? When you are drafting a template, when a template is being drafted here, there are certain tokens are also there. When this template is being notification is triggered, this template will be sent to the user, either to a manager, to HR. When it reaches to the manager, to the HR or to the user, these tokens which is there, this token will try to fetch the value from the system. Now it is showing as a employee underscore name. And this token will try to fetch the value that is the name from the system. And when it is being sent to the manager or the HR, this token will be replaced with the value. Suppose if the value is Alex, it will be replaced with please be advised that the user account of Alex has been deactivated. The following documents are currently in Alex inbox folder and waiting for. How the Alex is coming? Because that is being fetched from the system. That is the behavior of this token. If you are generally writing the user account of Alex, when it will go to the, it will not trigger, it will show, it will give error. That is the reason on a generic way. We should not write a simple text. But what is the purpose which we are writing a text or doing some modification in the content? It should always include the tokens, because with the help of the token, that value will try to fetch from the system if you are mentioning something as a date of joining or date of hire. System will not try to. System is unable to try to take the date of hire. It will only go as a notification as date of hire. But when you are mentioning the token as a date of hire, that will be replaced with the date automatically. Values of the tokens are defined when you are creating a profile. We have not started with Employee Center, right? When we start with Employee Central, how you are hiring a person. Your date of hire, employee ID, user ID, location, department. Everything will be connected with an employee profile, right? That will be stored in the employee profile. Now, when a notification is sent by default to all employees, this token will try to fetch the value from the employee directory. For the employee name, for the date of birth, for the date of what you call hire, whatever the tokens are there. In that way, only the token is being defined by the SAP. We have not defined anything. It is a standard one. Now you are seeing a content here. You can use this content because this is by default already created by SAP. But if you want to add some information in the content, how you will add the information? You have to suppose you want to add some content, you want to add some paragraph. With the paragraph, you also need to add the tokens, necessary tokens. You should not write in a generic language. But whatever the value you want to fetch from the directory, for that value, you have to add the relevant tokens in the paragraph. That will help us to fetch the value when it will be triggered. This was one example. When I'm just scrolling down, you can see a lot of examples are there. But if I'm taking something, welcome message notification with reset password. When you go into the reset password, you can see here where this is welcome to SuccessFactors and a notification will be sent to all employees. Your login information and the credential it will be showing. Username in the notification it is employee underscore username with inverted brackets. But this token will pick the value from the directory, and when notification is sent, it will send the actual username. The token will be replaced with the username. Set the password all. Whatever is the password URL is there, that will also be replaced with the URL will be replaced with these tokens when it will be sent to the user. For attitude from a notification point of view, if you are coming up with some issues or when any ticket, you have to go to the email notification template. This one email notification template. And from here you have to find what is the issue, what is the notification issue which the customer is facing. Go and search for that notification and then you need to check the tokens. Is it an existing one or is there any change in the token or not? And whatever modification you are doing, we can able to save the changes and we can download. We have the option of download also. And in the future, we can use our template again by importing it. Now coming into the change language. In the change language, you can see multiple languages are there in the real time. You will not have all these languages. You will only have the languages which is only relevant to your customer. Suppose your customer is located in 4 countries: France, Germany, Belgium, and Australia. Whatever languages which they are speaking in these countries, those languages has to be enabled. And those languages has to be enabled. Where we are enabling those languages from the back-end system. That is from the provisioning system. Got it. When we are enabling those languages from the provisioning system, those languages will be reflecting here in the change languages. Only those languages will be there. Here it is a demo system. By default, it is reflecting all the languages. Whatever languages you are choosing, that languages it will be showing here. As an end user from the front-end system, this is also sometimes a requirement where some new languages you need to enable it. Where you need to enable it, you have to go into the provisioning. I will show you with the help of screenshot. Now coming into the proxy, there is a concept called proxy. I'm just ignoring this. This is not that much relevant. That is into the compensation number format. Forms or accessibility on groups will go into the proxy. Now let's go into the proxy. Even the proxy, the part of the proxy, one of the participants he or she has stored right now. The purpose of the proxy is to go into another account, another user's account, and do certain activity whenever it is required. Proxy is the tool in SuccessFactors which is used by the manager or by the user whenever there is a requirement. When the manager is not available and on manager's absence, work should not be affected. And in that case, manager will nominate a user in his absence, that user will act as a proxy. He can perform the task by entering into the manager's account and use that particular feature. By getting the access from the particular feature, granting that access with the help of the proxy. There are certain scenarios. For example, a payroll manager, his role is to run the manager, his role is to run the payroll. But a payroll executive do the preliminary activities. Suppose if a manager is not available at that time, what will happen? Manager will nominate the payroll executive that particular week when the payroll has to be run or executed. In that case, what happens? The payroll executive will act as a proxy user and he can able to run the payroll on the manager's absence on that particular week. Got it? For that purpose, we have a tool called proxy management and 4 ways we can able to create the proxies. These are the 4 methods for which we can able to go and create the proxies. The first method, third method, and the fourth method. First method, third method, and the fourth method are used for configuring the proxy. I will show you all the 4 methods. And the second method is the method which is the individual proxy. What is the meaning of the individual proxy without taking the help of the admin? That is the help of the admin. Any manager can able to create their own proxies. The individual, if management want. If management don't want, they can restrict the proxy without giving the proxy rights. Now, when you go here into the system, can you see the proxy tab here? No, because the reason is that the proxy tab is being disabled. If management don't want to give the proxy access here, they can disable that tab here. How you need to enable that tab, that I will show you. I have to go to the admin center. Going into the tools. Going into the company settings. Under the company settings, can you see company system and logo setting? Can you see here? Click on this. And now you can see a lot of features are there here. Can you see here? Lot of features are showing here which are enabled. Go to Ctrl F and just type proxy. Can you see here? Disable proxy access. Now, if you want to enable it, just uncheck it. And just try to save it. Can you see the save option here? Save company system settings. Just click on save it. Can you see company system settings saved? Just log out and log in again. I'm logging in again. Go to the settings. Can you see this option which has been enabled? Management want to enable. There is no option that you can only enable this tab for a particular set of user. This also question can become from the customer side. I want only for this particular department or only for this set of users, only you want to enable. No. If you are enabling this by default, it will be applicable to all employees. If you are disabling it, it will be disabled for all employees. Now, when you are enabling it, you can see by clicking on proxy. You can click on assign proxy here. And now a manager can able to create their own proxy. Suppose a manager has a direct reporting a payroll executive. The manager has to specify that payroll executive name here. Suppose I am selecting the payroll executive name. And then I need to grant the right. If it is running for the payroll tab, I have to give the payroll access and I have to click on save. After clicking on save, what will happen? Alex has to proxy my account and enter into my account. And when he will enter into my account, he or she can able to see this option. Payroll will be enabled for me, but for other tabs it will be disabled. This is the process which any individual user can able to do it from their end. If the proxy is being enabled for the individual user. Here you have a start and end date. There is no impact if you are, because this is not a mandatory field, you can ignore it. These are the guaranteed features which you can able to grant the right proxy right. And you can select the proxy user. This is for me. In user side, when the proxy is being enabled, that is the second method. That is the second method. If you see the first method, that is the admin from the admin center, how it will be there. Go back here and just try to type proxy management. Can you see the proxy management here? Click on the proxy management. When you enter into the proxy management, this automatically showing it is under Admin Center. Can you see the Admin Center page? You are into the Admin Center, you have admin access. This is accessible by the admins, not by the normal end users or by the managers. Under this Make Assignment, you can see Grant. Proxy is there. For individual users, they are only having option to give the proxy rights. But as an admin, you can specify the proxy username and the manager. The manager's manager will act as account holder. That account holder's name you can able to mention. And you can grant the proxy right name again, which is a proxy which you want to give. That proxy you can give. And you can click on Save. After this is the proxy is being given correctly or not. You can come down into the second section, look up existing proxy, and you can particularly search for that particular account holder. How many proxies are connected with that account holder? SuccessFactors has not given any limitation that one account holder will be connected with one proxy. One account holder can be connected with many proxies. One account holder can be connected with many proxies, and one proxy can be connected with many account holders. And that can be possible, and any admin can able to see what are the proxies which are connected. And after, once the manager returns to the job, back into the job, and if the manager want to communicate to the admin that please remove the proxy. Then admin can come here and admin can remove the proxy from here. Now how we will do it, that I will show you after how we will do it in the system. For that I will. We have an option here where we have to download first of all the employee directory. How you will download the employee directory, there is a configuration tool that is called as Employee Export. Can you see the employee export? Or when you click on the employee export, you have the option here export user file, export template. Can you see? Two tabs are there. You have to click on this tab. Second one. Click on this tab. You can see user directory. Can you see here it is a file is downloaded here. You click on this and then you can see this file. This is the directory. This is the employee directory master sheet. How many employees who has been hired or left. All this thing will be stored in the employee directory. Here we can see all the employee directory. We can able to go and see which starts with the status, user ID, username, first name. If you scroll down, you can see all that information should be there. To keep it in mind, user ID is always the unique one. User ID is always the unique one. What is the meaning of a unique one? Once it is created, you cannot modify it. Suppose I hire an employee and after hiring an employee, I have given a user ID. And then after that, If the customer wanted the user ID has to be changed, then you cannot able to change the user ID. Either you make the entire profile inactive and create a new profile with a new user ID. This is being recommended by the SAP that user ID is the unique one and you cannot be able to change or modify it. But username you can able to modify. You can change the username. That is possible in the case of username, but it is not possible for user ID. Now going further ahead, I'm just scrolling down, scrolling towards slide. Here you have an option that is called, can you see here, option proxy? Can you see the option proxy? This file which we have downloaded, this file is a CSV format. This file is a CSV format. Now you can see here, we have an option here that is proxy. Whenever we are downloading a file from the SuccessFactors system, this file is not an Excel file. This file is a CSV format. When I go here, you can see in other formats when I'm just going. You can see this is a delimited. Can you see here? CSV delimited format. Whenever you are importing any file, that file has to be kept in the CSV format. Then only system will take that file. SAP SuccessFactors supports only the CSV format. Second thing, because why I'm saying is that time to time you will download some files, you will make the changes, but you need to cross-check it has been changed into the Excel or not. If it is changed into Excel, you have to rename that file and save it in the CSV format. Now coming into the proxy. When you go into the proxy, you can see in the CSV file you have a column that is proxy. This CSV method, it is the third method which you're seeing here. When you want to view the proxy from the CSV that you are doing it, that with the help of the third method. We are into the first method, proxy management. Why I downloaded this file? Because I need to get some test users. How I will get the test users? I have some test users. I'm just going into control there and I'm just going and searching. I'm taking a test user here that is a manager is suppose, assuming the manager is Rachana and the direct report is Nandini. These are the two test users which I'm just trying to do the testing. What I will do, I will go into the system here. And I will go into the proxy management and here who will act as a proxy. There I will take Rachana as a proxy. Sorry, Nandini will act as a proxy because Nandini is the direct report for Rachana. What is Nandini's username? That is N Venkatesh, right? I will copy this. I will go back here. Who will act as a proxy? That is Nandini. Nandini's username I need to mention here. I will paste it here. You can see it is showing here. And this proxy user will be acting as a proxy. On whose behalf? That is the manager. Who is the manager will act as account holder. What is the manager's name here? That is Remad, right? Pro. Rachana's username I need to copy here. And then I need to come here and I need to paste it here. And I'm just randomly choosing any of the granting the right and I'm just saving it. while I'm saving it. While I'm just saving it, after saving it, I need to check if it is being done or not. How I will check it? I have to go to the existing assignment, find the proxy for the account holder username. What is the account holder's username? Am I right? I'm selecting the username of the account holder and click on Search for the proxy. If I have configured this correctly, then I can able to see. Can you able to see here? For the account holder, who is a proxy that is showing here. Can you see here? This is only the one proxy, but it can be many proxies because there is no restriction or there is no limitation which SAP has given. It can be one account holder to many proxy, one proxy to many account holders. This configuration I have done from the proxy management. I'm just deleting it. Now, when a manager returns back, I have to remove the proxy. I have to search it here. I have to delete it. Now again, I'm just going and searching here. It will not find because I have deleted it. You can see here it will not be showing. This is the first method. Second method I already shown you by enabling the proxy as an individual user. Third method, that is CSVUDF. I already opened the file here. Let me, because it is there in the downloads. Just give me a moment. I will just try to unzip that file. Just give me a moment. Now what I will do, I will go back here and I will open this. Just give me a moment. This opened correctly or not? Now again, I will go back here. I opened this file. I will go to the user here. Now I have to use the proxy with the help of CSV. What I will do? When I went into the proxy management, I have used the username. But when I will go to the CSV, I will not use the username, but I will use the user ID. I have to copy the user ID of the proxy user. And I have to go into the role of the manager, that is Lachhana. Scroll down. And I have to go at a place where we have seen the proxy, that is the column number ag, and I have to paste it there. I have to paste it there. ID user. Here, I'm not taking username. I have taken the user ID. This is the third method which I'm doing. I have saved it. The copy the proxy user ID, I saved it here. And I will just close it. Now I will go back here. I need to import it. How I will import it? I have downloaded it from employee export user. Now for importing, there is a configuration tool. Just try to remember all this configuration tool. Import employee data. And now going into import employee data, we have saved some file, right? You have updated the user ID and saved it. That file will act as a basic input here. Select entity, select basic import. And always remember the CSV format that supports with the file encoding as UF8. And then go to the downloads. I have the downloads. I will open it here. Select that file, open it. It is showing the extension of CSV format. It is a master sheet which we are importing. There is no requirement for the validation. You can click on import. You can see a file has been uploaded into the server successfully and will be examined. The file has been uploaded successfully. To check it in that file, what we have done is we have configured the proxy with the help of user ID. Now the proxy is working successfully or not. Go here, type proxy management. And just scroll down and just try to search here if it is done or not. We will go with and Venkatesh and then try to search for the account folder. Can you see here? The import which we have done with the help of the import, again it is showing here because in the initial proxy management we have deleted it. Now again with the help of the CSV import, it is already done. Can you see here? I'm selecting this option again and I'm deleting it. I have deleted it. This is a third method. Now you have a fourth method. Here you are uploading directly the master sheet. Now, if you don't want to upload the master sheet, you want to download a template. How you will use the template? For that again, I will go back here and search for proxy import. Now you can see the download template option is there. Let me see the download template option. You have to download the template, a blank CSV template. I'm opening the template. Can you see the template? That is a blank template. Can you see here? In the blank template, the first column user ID specifies the account holders. User ID managers, user ID. Then you have a proxy ID. Proxy ID is the person who is being nominated as a proxy. These are the two areas which we need to work on. And then what is the permission? What is the grant? What is the permission you are granting that you need to select from? When I go here, the first one we need to do and the second one. When you are using a template here, you can use it for multiple users, bulk users. You can use the proxy to the users at a bulk level. Got it? How you will go and do it again, you need to download the suppose you are opening the sheet and I want to take the user ID. I want to take the user ID, that is, I'm copying the user ID here. I'm going here and I'm just specifying the user ID and proxy ID. Proxy ID, I'm just going here, copying the proxy ID and pasting it here. And what is the first permission I want to give? I want to give it to all. Then I have to select as yes. If I want to only give it to a particular function or feature, I have to go there and specify yes, like this, how many user IDs and how many proxy IDs. You can able to do it on a board. You can able to do it and click on save and close it. After closing it, what you need to do, you need to import it. Go back here, go back to this particular screen. You choose the file. Select the file, this is the file. And select the file encoding as UT8. And you can see extension is CSV and import it. Click on the import. You can see the upload file has been accepted and is being processed. Now, if it is done or not, what you need to do, you again go here, go to the proxy. Go to the proxy management. And come back here and just try to again check if it is there or not. Can you see here? This is the fourth method which we have done. Got how we are assigning it. I am deleting it again. This is the fourth method. We have completed the topic for the proxy management. The SAP always recommend that, suppose see if this is the case for all the 1000 employees. If the same scenario, you will use the CSV. But out of 1000 employees, suppose you have a 100 cases. Well, for 100 cases, you have to do it. Then you will be going and downloading a separate template, that blank template, and copying that particular 100 cases in the template, and you are doing it separately. This is the only difference. But otherwise, SAP always has certain best practices. Here, at the best practices is that they recommend always to go with a template, that is the proxy import, rather going with the master sheet. Master sheet is something where you are using that for all employees you are using, then only you should go with a master sheet for a specific set of users. Go with the template. But all these things are performed from the admin center. Here we come to an end to the proxy management. Now in this session, we have completed up to here. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.